How's it going, guys? In the last video, you may have noticed that there is a desk on top of my bed. So today, I'm gonna show you guys my editing setup and why it's on top of my bed. And it's actually very isolation friendly. So let's get started. Okay, so to give you a little backstory on why I decided to make a desk on top of my bed, you'll have to know about my desk I was using before that. So if you watch any of my videos that are product reviews or tutorials, they were filmed at a desk that's over to my right. You can actually see the corner of it down there, I think, in the frame. But that desk just wasn't working very well for a number of reasons, but the biggest reason was it was just too small. As you can see behind me, I edit on a laptop and an external monitor. I work with them together, and that desk barely fit those on there. And then there was no room for anything else on the desk. So it was just kind of cramped, and there wasn't a lot of room to work. And then if I ever needed to do anything else on my desk, I couldn't because there was no room. So that was the main problem. It also just wasn't very functional. I had one outlet below the desk, but even though I had access to power, I had cords running everywhere. There was nothing for cord organization or anything like that. It just wasn't very functional. So I knew I needed a bigger desk, and I really wanted a bigger desk, but I share a room with my brother, and it's not a huge room to start with, but then on top of that, I do editing. So it's just really cramped when you have two guys in a room. One of them is a videographer who edits all the time and has this big editing setup. So my dad came up with an idea one day. He came in, I had mentioned this problem to my parents. He came in and he was like, I got an idea. You can get a piece of plywood, put it on top of your bed, because my bed is the bottom half to a bunk bed. And then you can put your computer and monitor on there, and you can have your workstation up there. And I was like, it's actually a really good idea. So anyways, since there's nothing more powerful than a great idea.
An idea. Once an idea has taken hold of the brain, it's almost impossible to eradicate.
That night I 3D modeled it. I think the next day I went to Lowe's and got the stuff to do it. And within 48 hours, I had a custom-built stand-up editing desk that fit all the needs that I had. Editing. I've got a 3D printer. It's good for 3D printing, sleeping, gaming. All my equipment is gaming equipment because it works good for editing. Yeah, it's good for everything, honestly. So the funny thing is, I was planning on showing this to you guys, but with all the virus going around and everything, it kind of occurred to me, this is actually very isolation friendly, having like your editing setup on top of your bed. To some of you, it might not seem too functional. It's like, come on, man, you put a desk on top of your bed, you're gonna hit your head in the morning, what in the world? But to me, this is like productivity on steroids right here. You wake up and you're at work already, So anyways, I've really enjoyed it so far. I've hit my head a couple times. I've gotten hurt on a couple times, but it's been working really great. So right now I'm gonna take my lighting, I'm gonna reset it to feature the desk instead of me, and then I'm gonna show you guys the desk and all the features that it has. All right, so here we are. To start us off, this is a stand-up editing desk. That's kind of the option I was left with, because there's no way to build this as a desk with a regular height. So I can stand here just fine. As you can see, I've got this, my keyboard and mouse right here, but I also did get this chair. Just got this in, and it's adjustable up and down. I've got it as far up as it can go. So the nice thing is I can pull this out like this, pull my whole setup out. That goes in and out very easily, and yeah, get to work sitting, or if I need give my back a break from sitting, I can stand up right there and do all my editing. All right, so this right here, this is the Logitech 213. It's a RGB keyboard. It
is wired. The wireless one was more expensive, so I just went with a wired one, and I drilled some holes in my desk there, one there for the keyboard wire, and then another one back here for my charging cords and the power cord for the monitor and everything. And they all come up and they kind of go behind my laptop very nicely like that. That way I don't have cords laying all back there on the back of my desk. So that works out really good. The laptop I'm using is the Dell G7. I've liked it pretty much so far. Haven't really had too many problems with it. That is a Viotech monitor, I think. I honestly don't recommend it. It's kind of cheap and it doesn't display colors very well. So I use my laptop monitor for color grading. That's a work in progress. This is my 3D printer here. Got this a couple months ago and I've kind of been tinkering with it ever since. Took a lot of effort to assemble it, and then now I'm having problems with the height offset. It goes up too fast or too much on every layer, so that's where that's at. I'll figure that out sometime soon. All right, so if you come around the back here, this is one of the things I was really excited to add to this. This is a power strip. See this? This power strip goes all the way down. I got this thing at Harbor Freight for about 20 bucks. 100% worth it. The thing I don't like about shorter power strips is they're only about a foot long. They have like 12 outlets in them, but you can't use them all because, you know, I have like chargers that are big like that, or big power bricks, and you can't plug them in right next to each other. So this is nice and spread out. I can plug everything in very, very nicely. And then I have holes. So there's holes right there, down there, and I'm working on getting some brackets to mount to these boards so I can run the wires more nicely and they won't be hanging down in my bed while I'm trying to sleep. And this slide out thing is just a couple of basic drawer sliders. It was very easy to do. It's just a piece of plywood, and then on top, like everything else, I have that cheap flooring I was telling you about, and it's very nice and hard. It's flooring, so it's not going to get hurt very easily, but it also looks nice and it's very clean, very functional. So I've been very happy with that so far. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I spent just a little over $100 on this whole desk, not including the keyboard or the chair that I had to get to make it more functional. It just kind of goes to show you can save a lot of money if you do things yourself and if you kind of know how to work with things. I'm a mechanical engineering student. It's kind of easy for me to say, but yeah, only about $100 for the actual desk and everything that went into that. So yeah, I've been very happy with it. If you guys have any other questions with it, just please let me know. I'd be happy to answer them. So now I'm going to go back. So that's pretty much all I've got for you today, guys. I really appreciate you taking the time to watch this video and see what I've been up to. Maybe while you're stuck at home, you can build yourself something like this, or hopefully this just gave you some inspiration on how to customize what you already have to fit your needs better, because it just makes life so much more functional, and it helps you get work done so much faster when things become more fit to your needs like that. So thank you guys for watching. Hit that subscribe button if you're not subscribed already, and I will see you in the next video.